we're back with the first battle of Iconium, where old Emir is pounced on Toulouse after his ragtag army just made it to Asia Minor from Constantinople and went away to say hello. But anyway, down here, Crusaders got a value of 9 and they'll get a +1 die roll modifier. Muslims got a value of 10 and they'll get a +1 die roll modifier also. But in this game, you can also play a battle card, and the Crusaders are playing this one. Place a fortification marker at any of your armies. Add 2 to any of your battle rolls in that space. You are not subject to pursuit while the marker is in place. Now here's another thing too, is me as a certain player, when he initiates a intercept, I could have tried to avoid battle, but I can't do that because I can't avoid battle back to Asia Minor. So coming out of here kind of has certain restrictions. Also, I'll play this card and apply the modifiers, and we'll see what happens next. Yeah, let me go ahead and play this card, and we'll do the battle, and I'll let you know what happens. Be right back. Alright, we're back with a little bit of Kingdom of Heaven, and had some interesting events happen. And let me show you what's going on here. Alright, well, the Muslim leader Emir had 4. There's old Emir there. He had 4 Seljuk infantry units and attack strength of 10. Intercepted my Crusaders as they moved on from Asia, or from Constantinople on Asia Minor. Leader Toulouse and 3 reduced strength infantry units coming from Constantinople had an attack strength of 10. The Crusaders rolled with a 2+2 die roll modifier and inflicted 3 step losses on the Seljuk infantry. Seljuk infantry rolled with a +1 die roll modifier and inflicted only 2 step losses on the Crusaders. But their units are already reduced, so they lost 2 units. But the thing of it is, whoever loses the most step losses, or whoever takes the most losses, loses the battle. So the Seljuks were defeated. Crusaders hold off the Seljuk interception with fortification cards. Oh, that's right, he had a fortification card that he played too, which gave him some fortifications. His first die roll modifier was a +1, but after that, all future die roll modifiers will be a +2. So just came into where I had some card play. Not the Muslim player didn't have a card to play, so he took 1 step loss more than the Crusaders, and he had to retreat 2, as a matter of fact, when he went back. Now the thing of it is, he couldn't retreat through a mountain pass, so he had to retreat up this way, and when he got done retreating, he also had to roll for attrition. So yeah, Crusaders hung on by the skin of their teeth. We have 1 reduced unit here left. That is it. So that first wave that came in got decimated, but did not get destroyed, and they got themselves a little bit of fortifications there in Iconium. Each game's different. Like I said, this is about my 3rd or 4th game, and that's never happened. My other games, I brought them down through here, had some naval cards, and were able to bring them in on the front here. Like I said, in my last game, took the long way around, straight down through here. By the time they got to Jerusalem, even further. Yeah, when they got down here, there was only about 4 units, and they were all reduced. And the Muslims just gathered forces with a huge stack, and it was the end of the game. So we'll see what we can do this game. But that is it. Now it is the Muslim player's turn, because like I said, all that fighting and stuff came from me bringing the units on, and he tried to intercept. So, or he had a successful interception. So that is it. We will be back with some more Kingdom of Heaven. I'm going to go ahead and look over the cards for the Muslim player and see what the response would be. But so far, disaster coming from Constantinople. We're back. Okay, well, it is the Muslim player's card play. And I got a few options here. All these cards here on my right specifically activate certain armies for the Muslim player, so I'm going to hold off on those and use some of these for their op values. We got to look over here and see what the strategy would be for the Muslim player. At the beginning of this scenario, he don't have many options. He don't have many units either. A lot of them are down here protecting the vital victory point spots of Jerusalem, Acre, and Damascus. But he's got a few units up here. These are mostly harassing forces, though. Cavalry and stuff like that. The only one that he has really that you can mobilize is old Kerbala. And he's over there in Iraq. He's got a few units. I mean, nothing really major. They don't have really any major forces. If I can get all my Crusaders on here and kind of get them in a big battle, defeat them all, it'd be smooth sailing all the way down to Jerusalem. So, what the Muslim player is looking at here is the Muslim player. You can see that he hasn't got anybody on the board yet. He had a major defeat. What I've done in my other games is this big old stack of Crusaders came on the board. I was able to get them on a lot easier than I am on this game, and they kind of stayed back and wanted to see what they did. As a matter of fact, I marched right through a bunch of them, no interceptions or nothing, because the force was that strong. They didn't do any shadowing. That's another thing you can do with strictly cavalry units on the Arab side, is do what's called shadowing. I guess it's more like a hit-and-run tactics or something like that. I haven't really employed it yet, but maybe we will in this game. But yeah, marched them all the way straight down through here. And I think mostly the attrition and everything got him. Something must have happened down here where my forces were really weak, I guess, in the taking of Jerusalem, where I only had 4 steps, and they all just kind of kicked back, waited for me to get down there, weakened, and then they all gathered their forces and applied the coup de grace. So on this one here, I think the Arab strategy or the Muslim strategy is going to be a little bit different. Instead of watching him come on the board, he's already beaten. So I'm going to gather forces and make myself a nice little defensive line here or there. We'll see how weak, the Christian or the Crusaders' other attempts to get into Asia Minor. Hopefully they fare better than Toulousa's troops, because it'd be a good time to Muslims to gather here. Why wait? Let's do it to it right away. Just in this, play through this scenario, like I said, they're all different. So I think that's what I'm going to do. First thing I'm going to do is use one of these cards here, and old Kerbala has a rating of 3, so it's going to take a nice card to get him going. I'll use this card here. We'll be right back. Alright, so we will be using the Christian event. We'll get rid of that. You can see down here, when it is played by the Christian, it's removed from the deck. So it still goes in there, but we'll be using it for its operations value of 3. And with that op value, let me see if I can't get a little better here. We will activate old Kerbala and take a quick look at what he's got here. Well, he's got some nice Seljuk cavalry. He's got 3, 4. He's got a nice little force there. Muslim-wise, ain't much on the Crusaders. I think Crusaders, each unit's worth a strength of 3. Now, here's the key, though. Bringing old Kerbala in from Mosul. Take this northern route, and like I said earlier, I've done my other videos. I don't know, these orange border lines are, I guess it's just me. I'd have those borders like the brightest thing on the board, but yeah, he's got to come in either on these roads. Not these orange markers aren't the roads. These darker ones are. If he takes the road up north, he can bypass some real hot areas. He's got the fortresses and everything, or the castles, or the strongholds, and those will be good modifiers when it comes time to roll for attrition. It's always good to pass on through your strongholds to give you some supplies. Makes the attrition losses a little bit less, so that's a good candidate to go here. No reason to add to your losses by going through the hot spot at Varangier, whatever that is. They have modern day names for these places in the rules. Well, he could have did other things besides that, but they did. And get straight into Odessa. Kerbella can move 6 spaces. So we'll see what's going on with that. You definitely don't want to take this southern route with all these hot spots through it. These must be desert, total desert spots here. So I'm thinking of bringing them in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Stop there at Revendale. Looks like a good little centralized spot. Kick back, see what's going on. So that'll be my move. He will come out of Mosul. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that put him at Barra. How did I get there earlier? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, he can't get to Revendale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He can get to Barra. Barra or Gaston. Let's go ahead and move him to Gaston. Just on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just because in case anybody comes on this, if you get Christian player gets a card, you can use that port at Latakia. So that will be it. It's the Muslims' turn. Running old Kerbella from Mosul. We'll be back with the Christian response. Alright, moving the old marker. And it is the action round marker. This helps you keep track of what's going on when you gotta get up and answer phones and do things like that. But anyway, Christian player come in from old Asia Minor there and got ambushed. Might be a good time to take an alternate route, maybe down this way. We shall see. It's all about the card play. Oh, Christian players got the Carsayers. The diplomacy card, but there's no diplomacy in this learning scenario number 1. Play after the battle. Nope, no battle. Your forces were cavalry. Nope, no cavalry in that one. Citadel. Play lead at me after an assault of the city results in a major victory. Well, that didn't happen yet, so I can play that one. 1 Catholic power. Christian player gains 2 replacement points. May be used immediately. So here's what we got here. The old papal support. And I'll definitely use this card. So I get 2 replacement points to play immediately. So I'll put this card over here. And like I said earlier, that definitely helps. 1 replacement point will flip him over to his regular side. And I'm thinking another replacement point's going to come from his Deadpool, maybe. And he'll be reduced. So it will be rule clarification time. And see how I spend those replacement points. Like I said earlier, the only way that the Christian player in the number 1 scenario gets replacements is through that use of card play. There are no regular replacement factors that come in. The Arab player gets a bunch of them. Well, not a bunch of them. He gets like a 3 each turn or something like that, or 2. But as far as the Byzantine, Armenian player, and the Christian faction, we get no replacements. So I'm pretty sure that's how I'm going to spend them. But we'll be right back. Okay, before I do, we have some more housekeeping to do on that movement by old Kerbella. whenever an army moves, he's got to roll for attrition. So he will be doing that first. I'm glad I just reminded myself of that. So we will look up the replacement rule here in a second. I'm going to roll for Corbella and see what his attrition rate was. Be right back. Okay, we're back, and Corbella had 8 attack factors, which means his attrition value, it's his strength, would be 8. This all affects his value, not his die roll. Space with a friendly stronghold. He went through Aleppo, and that's a walled city, so he'll get a -1. But it still don't affect him because he had 8, so that moves it down to 7. Any more modifiers will put him over in a column. Harsh terrain. I don't see any harsh terrain. Everything was pretty good. He didn't go through that. He didn't go through a mountain pass. No enemy strongholds. That's another thing. You can go through all the strongholds you want. They just come out of their castles and shoot arrows and everything else at you. So you suffer attrition. But all those strongholds on the map, you can move right through. It's just that they cost you. Crossing Asia Minor, being shadowed, no. So Corbella will be rolling 1 die in this column. And anything over a 3 would be a loss. Let's see what we got here. 3. So he'll lose 1 step in attrition. Oh, no, anything over a 3. That's right, anything over a 3. So he gets away with it. The Muslims are, I know it's just a game, but boy, they skate. Old Ermil, he skated, and so did he. Where the Christians are getting hammered. Okay, that's just the tail of the tape. We are going to now check out the replacements for the Christian players' card play. His papal support. Get some couple units. We're going to be right back. Okay, so what I did with the replacement factor is used 1 to flip him over to his full side, but the other thing I do is move 1 from the dead pool over to the player's pool on his full strength side, I think. Let's see here. Flip 1 unit corresponding player's dead force pool. Flip. Alright, he's not there yet, so rebuild a unit in a dead pile belonging to the corresponding player on its reduced side. The unit is then placed on the player's force pool. Okay. So he comes from dead pool to force pool on his reduced side. So that's what I could do. And I could have brought a player from my force pool, but I didn't have none in there, so I kind of get shortchanged on that one. But that half strength unit in Iconium gets flipped over to his full strength, and then I get me some replacements coming on in. We'll see what happens, but that is it. And we're going to go ahead and play a few of these. I won't bore you to see how the game's going on here, and we'll give you some updates here in a little bit. But I'm going to go through some of this card play and enjoy my quarantine time. No, not that I got anything. It's just that everybody's supposed to be stay in. No, I'm not like the Hollywooders wanting to get it. So just in a little bit of a lockdown, and I might go outside if it's a nice day. It's still cold out there though. I got some yard work to do. Until then, we're gonna be playing us some Kingdom of Heaven. Be back.